Hello, everyone. I want to give my $2 today on an issue that's been kind of hot going around on the internet, and that's particularly pertaining to the black side of the human race, more specifically what people call African Americans, black, Moorish, Kemetic, um, color. I'm just going to say melanated people here in the United States. Okay, a lot of people think that we have a race problem. Um, I'm going to say that I disagree. I think now, granted, we've all been discriminated against. We've all had some racial slurs and some not so nice things said against our side of humanity. But our biggest problem, okay, our biggest problem, ipso facto, are two things: old money. That is our problem. A lack of old money. Okay, and I base this on a report that I've read in politics365.com. You can go to that website. They said by 2015, blacks, African Americans, melanated people, whatever, will reach 1 trillion, not million, not billion, but $1 trillion in spending power. Really? $1 trillion. Now, looking at that number, what needs to be done is this. This is where the rubber meets the road. Okay? You take that, I'm not asking for 10%. I'm asking for 1% of $1 trillion. Okay? 1%. Because then $100 billion is 10%. $10 billion is 1%. Okay? Take that $10 billion and buy up the real estate. Okay? Buy some of the defunct schools buildings from some of these school districts that couldn't open them for charter schools. Since they're closing in these major urban centers such as Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New York City, I believe, some schools being closed there, and in Buffalo, over in Houston, in Los Angeles, or in Atlanta, all over these urban centers of North America where the melanated people live, the melanated side of humanity lives. So, what you do with that is not only do that match grant funding, you also need to control, you'll be able, with money, because money talks, BS walks, you are able to control the politics in these communities. That way, when we get on good economic footing, we're able to control the politics because, as my good friend Sekou Olayinka said, it's all about money and votes. Okay? And that's what I want to say on that. Now, granted, what happened up in Ferguson, Missouri, and that's another topic we can talk about later, what happened down in Sanford, Florida, you all know what happened. I'm not going to go into that. But the bottom line is old money. And by that, what I mean by old money is that we have to create resources that's going to benefit many generations, not just our direct children or our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, our great great grandchildren, and their children. That's what it comes down to. And I'm not just talking about those promissory notes of dead presidents such as Ben Franklin, George Washington, and so on. I'm talking about purchasing gold, real estate, land, those things that goes over time immemorial. So God forbid if the United States was to evaporate with natural disaster and we all left and went to another place, that gold or those resources could transfer to the others because we have the technology to do that. But the bottom line is this, okay? Old money is what makes this world go round. Resources. Old resources. And as my good professor once said, my professor, what was his name? Loring F. Hill. He said this at community college in Philadelphia, where I grew up. The guy that dies with the most toys wins. That's right. The guys that dies with the most toys wins. So it's about old money. Let's get some.